G'day, it's John here, and Sushil, my chief tech from the LANA team. Now, what we would like to demonstrate for our Simpro users is as follows. We've got plenty of feedback from our customers and coaches, trainers, and the like on how users are finding it is to use the quoting tool within Simpro and how they would like a cleaner, more reliable, and faster process to send out quotes, provide tracking. And what we've done today is what you can see on my screen is predominantly a better way of creating the quote. Now, using the same frameworks that you're using with your pre-builds inside of Simpro, but then sending and converting that to LANA rather than sending it to your customer, where we can convert it automatically to a text and an email format, which then enables us to do better delivery tracking, better delivery of it to ensure it has gone directly to the customer. And it is delivered in a format so that you can take a digital signature and a payment, review your terms and conditions all in one go. At the end of that, all you need to do is send out an invoice for your accepted customer. And by the way, LANA will automatically notify your team and your accounts team that the accepted quote has been made and that you just need to invoice them in relation to the payment that's been received already. Good problem to have. So, Sushil, thank you for putting this together. And can we please go through step by step? And if you'd share your screen kindly, give the guys a run through of how we've developed the solution for the Simpro community.
Sure. Thank you. So as you saw on the graphics that there are four steps where the first step is creating a quotation. So let me share my screen and perform the very initial first step by creating a quotation. So as a Simpro customer, if I'm going to Simpro and creating a quotation, or as a LANA user, I have an option where I can qualify the lead, and by dragging and dropping, I can create a quotation. But in this case, I'm creating a quotation directly in Simpro. So I'm creating a service code, just dropping my name, selecting the site.
Creating a name for the quote.
Yes, test by LANA. I will select the cost center, and in the initial step, usually we do not add the code description, but we can. That's an option. I just click, sorry, it should be next, but that's okay. I just created the very initial quotation. Then after, I can draft the entire quotation by adding the description, cost center, and everything. So in this initial phase, I'm just dropping the description. I just use ChatGPT to have a basic content for a description. But as Simpro customers know, they have an option to drop the predefined scripts, and they are good to they are good to build a quotation in Simpro. So after
Sushil,
building
so
this
what you were
quotation,
saying there, if we just stop for a second, what you were saying was normally they would have pre-builds and they could just select a product via the script
exactly,
and that will pre-populate the detail under the description.
yes.
All right, continue.
So after completing this, they just click save. And as a normal Simpro customer, what they do by going to the forms, they check the quotation, click on how the quotations look like. And this is what the quotation look like. And after, when they just like this format, then they simply select whom to send. By default, it's the customer, and
Can I
click on
interrupt,
send
Sushil?
button. For sure.
So that pre-built template that you just showed, obviously, if they've got really nicely formatted templates with graphics and images or whatever they have, as it's built, we will literally mirror that within our proposal. Yes.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
it's exactly the replica.
Replica. Yeah. And
Exactly
in this
same.
format, what you're just highlighting is that the traditional way of sending a quote is that you send it directly to the customer via Simpro, and that's sent via this method here, where it's sent as a one-way outbound email where you can
Yes.
just reply to say accept. There's no way of
Exactly.
actually declining the quote or anything else.
Yeah, like you do not get the option to have the follow-ups, and you don't know has customer opened this email or not, have you acknowledged or anything, have you replied to, like obviously you got one-way communication, so you do not get those facility for tracking the customer activities.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure. Yep. So
so
that's the normal way that it's done. And so tell
yes,
us, what's the way that we've enhanced and changed it?
with Lana Way, after doing these, after drafting the quotation, we will create a trigger which will be an status, and it will be custom, like it's depend upon business to business. In this example, I have created an status which where I'm considering like when this status will be changed for a quotation, we will send a quote via Lana. So
Right.
the quotation, the status I selected is quote send description quote via Lana.
So we've
That's
just
my
created a
status.
custom status within this
Exactly.
account, which it can be fully customized to whatever they want to name it. In this
Yes.
instance, that's what we've called it. And the agenda is instead of sending the quote directly to the customer, the Simpro user now sends it via LANA. So into the LANA CRM, that's whereby the magic happens. And we convert that quote, which was an email, into what?
It will be email as well as SMS.
Perfect. Show us.
Yeah. At this stage, you got two options. One, you can send just a basic quotation where customer can accept or decline. And the other option you have advanced deposit percentage. Means if you want that 10% of the amount will get charged to the customer, you can add 10%. If you want 50%, you can add 50%. Also, in the backend of Lana, you can predefine if you have the preconditions where you can predefine every time when I send a quotation via Lana, charge the customer 20%, 10%, or 30%. Also, we have an option where you can determine like only charge my customer when the quotation value is bigger or like it's bigger or less than an X amount. Suppose $1,000. If it's bigger than $1,000, charge the customer 10%. If it's less than 1,000, don't charge them, or vice versa. Okay.
Sure,
In
sure,
this
sure.
case, I'm going to add this as a 50%. Means the quotation total amount is $100. I'm going to charge them 50%, so it will be 50 plus GST. Okay.
Sure.
Just by changing the status, I will click save and finish. As long as I click save and finish, through Lana, the PDF will be captured and it will create a nice short link and will send it to the customer via email as well as via SMS. Let's see it. So the quotation number is 8416. Let's check into the opportunity board. Search 8416. Here it is. Click this link. And here we can see for the quotation number 8416, this is the link sent to the customer. It's via SMS as well as via email.
And so what we're
This email
seeing here,
template,
just what we're seeing here, just to interrupt you for a moment, Sushil, is the interface of Lana where it shows the conversation thread of everything that's happened with this customer. And here you can see evidence of the email that was delivered, as well as the text message that was sent. And as
yeah,
Sushil's showing you here, we've actually got pre-builds within how the actual email is delivered with the actual quotation embedded in it. So Sushil, please go ahead.
exactly. And also the good thing, this SMS is being sent via Lana, and the exact same message will be recorded on your timeline. When you open the quotation, you can see this SMS has been sent. So your technician or the person who is using Simpro only, not using Lana, he can check all the activity, all the automated messages has been sent to the customer. That's a good thing.
Perfect.
Okay,
So your techs in the field are actually going to see the conversations that have been had with the customer
exactly.
and could see that all within Simpro without actually having to look at Lana at all.
Yes,
Awesome. So if we open up that proposal within the text message, can we have a look at that?
yes. Close without saving. Okay, so I'm just going to open this
So just to
in a new
highlight
tab.
here, normally speaking within Simpro, you can't convert. It doesn't send as a text. We've just done that automatically by changing the status and by what Lana's offered here. So as you can see, Cecile's just going to open up this quote and show you the format that it's delivered in.
This is the exact same PDF generated by Simpro,
So
and it's in the LAN.
just to highlight the page on the left, some of you have some amazing, beautiful templates with colored backgrounds and graphics. We will mimic it exactly the same. It will mirror it exactly the same. This is obviously just a basic example that we've utilized.
Then
On
we
the
have this
right-hand side,
summary.
yeah, on the right-hand side, we have a couple of things that have happened. Of course, you've got a typical front page or first page that you would have summarizing what the quotation is. Potentially, it might be just a hello to the customer, a summary of what the proposal entails, and what the next steps are potentially.
You can see,
Um,
as I just promised, we will charge you 50%. So you can see the $55, like signing and accept and make $55 deposit. So it's just summarizing the customer that this is how much you are going to get charged while you will accept this quotation.
sure. And
Moving
obviously, this
forward,
is fully customizable and these
yes.
custom fields with the percentage. Now, Sushil, at the top, am I not seeing? I don't think I'm seeing the decline.
Actually, just as a for the customer experience, we do not show the decline button on the first view. Otherwise, there is a risk of declining.
Right. Okay.
So we
Good
saw it,
point. Good point.
saw it on the third step.
Okay. Awesome. So we got customer feedback that they'd rather have the ability for customers to decline, and therefore we're going to have the ability to get customer feedback because once they declined, it actually triggers Lana's follow up to say, sorry, we didn't get the job. Is there any reason why? So we get that feedback. But the feedback from our customers using Simpro customers using this particular tool said that we don't want the decline button on page one. So again, Sushil's embedded it later on. So if we go to stage two,
So next, it will
go to
show the
payment
payment
schedule.
schedule,
Yep.
how much going to charge upfront, how much after the job completed. Click next. Here you have the terms and condition. This terms and condition is fully customizable. You can drop your own terms condition. Click on accept the
And
terms
just to highlight
condition.
here, what you're doing here is you're actually asking the customer to commit to your terms and conditions. And of course, by clicking, they're accepting those. That's an acknowledgement of the agreement. And then a digital signature again solidifies the fact that you're actually getting it. Now, Sushil, the signing platform that we've utilized to actually capture their digital signature,
Yep.
is that similar to a DocuSign?
No, it's inbuilt in our platform, and we just record the IP address, all the necessary information we record. So in case if customers say like I haven't mm, accepted or anything, we have the
Right.
record like through which IP address it has been recorded.
Right. So we actually confirm their actual IP address, the date of the signature, and everything else so that you've got record
Yes.
of them officially signing it themselves, which is awesome when you're trying to enforce an agreement, of course, with customers. All right,
Yep.
Sushil, please continue.
Okay. And on the third step, we just give them a declined option because
Sure.
here now they are making a decision. They are going to make the payment or they are going to accept the payment, accept the quotation. And then we give them an option. If they want to decline, they can decline. If they
Sushil,
want
if
to
you
make
just
a
show us the
payment,
decline button, it also gives reasonings as to the decline reason, yeah?
yeah, when you click on the decline, you can select these regions. What are the regions? If you click on other, they can add their own remark here.
Right. So that's super important feedback. So many times we've got customers that have got proposals that have been sent out. They've just never given a reason as to why you got the job or you didn't. And they just remain pending. And for you and your team, that can, one, delay jobs that could have been accepted if you did have an automated follow-up. And here you're actually going to get feedback instantly because Lana, in the meantime, the initial message is sent, the delivery Now, let's just bear in mind an email would have a delivery rate as much as 20-25%, but text message is in the vicinity of probably 95 to 100%. And you're going to know if they've opened that text message, and it's going to take them, and we're going to have the automated follow-ups to see if they are going to accept or decline. And we can customize whether you send a reminder every day, every week, or whatever your terms that you prefer to remind the customer. And it's going to guarantee you're going to get a response and an increase in your conversions and knowledge of why you're actually winning or not winning the jobs as well.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
please. Next,
So
Ashil.
as you can see, we have an option to accept and pay. As long as I will click here, it will redirect me to the payment gateway page. I'm in India, so it's showing the Indian currency. But when you will be in Australia, it will show only Australian currency. And
Ashil, if I'm
from
in
here,
America, it'll obviously show with the Stripe gateway, it's obviously going to say US dollars.
America and yeah, US dollar and Australian dollar. The original payment is basically an Australian dollar, and we have an option to select like if you're using this tool from UK, you need an euro. If you're using from New Zealand, you need the New Zealand dollars,
Yeah,
or I don't know, it's a New Zealand dollar or what.
sure, it is.
But
It's New
yeah,
Zealand dollar. Yep,
yeah.
that's
So
correct.
it's based on where your business is.
Sure.
Okay.
And so what we've got now is a payment gateway to take the payment. And then, of course, that's only because we did predetermine that we wanted a deposit taken. If you don't want a deposit, this page won't exist. The actual agreement will be accepted, and then it will send a notification through. So, sure, what happens once it's accepted?
Yes. So when I'm not going to make the payment, but anyway, I can I can make the payment
No,
just by
you don't
using
need to.
my
Don't
test
make the
account.
payment, please. Don't do that.
uh,
Don't do that.
I will just make it by using test card because we are currently on the test mode.
Okay.
So
So what we were trying to achieve for Simpro users was so often a quote sent and then invoice is sent afterwards, and then you're having to void the invoice because it was accepted. Perhaps it was only half of the actual quote that they really wanted to accept, but that conversational dialogue didn't exist, or you just didn't even get a follow up at all. So sure, yeah, continue.
I just click on the make payment. I just did the successful payment. Quotation accepted successfully. As
Yep.
long as the quotation accepted successfully, it will be updated in Simpro, as you can see. When I will refresh this page,
So what's happening in the background is because it's accepted, we're just waiting on Simpro to acknowledge the status has been accepted, and it will automatically update that status. Now that can trigger a workflow to occur naturally by LANA.
yes.
Might
It like
notify
when the
your
quotation is being accepted, it will trigger a workflow that the quotation has been accepted. When it will be declined, it will be so like the quotation has been declined. It will inform your admin team, your salesperson, and your customer as well. Like thanks for accepting the quotation. We will contact you to schedule your job. And if it's got declined, we can send a automated feedback form to the customer and ask them the reasoning of declining the quotation.
correct.
So this will be the seamless, and as well as when it will be accepted, we will we can upload the signed document to your quotations in the attachment.
Perfect. So what we've achieved now is sending out a quote, delivering it, tracking it, getting it approved, having a signed agreement, taking a deposit. And what are you left to do? You've got payment and agreement. You just need to send out an invoice and schedule the job. A really,
Yes.
really nice enhancement to the existing process of how quotes are being done with Simpro, but now being powered by LANA, far more faster payments, far more better delivery, better tracking, and getting you guys winning jobs and better feedback. If you don't win a job, perhaps there's a better way that you can improve your process or look at and refine your product and pricing. Anything
You
else
know,
to share?
the very good thing, like each time when you are sending a notification to the customer just to remind them, oh, we send a quotation to you, you can attach the link that, oh, we send a quotation in case if you didn't check, here is the link, check it, accept it. Okay.
Exactly. So we're
So
making it
like
easier for them not to have to find it in their email account, find it,
Yes.
delivered to their phone, it's delivered to their email, and it's repeatedly followed up. And we can customize those follow-up messages as well and
Yes.
reaffirm why they should accept your quote. If it's a new customer, with the quotation, with the reminder, perhaps send out some Google reviews that you've got, recent projects, and so on. That can all be pre-built as part of your follow-up sequences. And who isn't more likely to accept a quote when you've got that, obviously, communication, but also reaffirming with social proof, and that sort of thing is going to obviously get you more accepted quotes. So, Shirley, anything else we'd like to share?
No, that's all.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate you listening, and get out in touch with the LANA team if you want to get some more info. And thanks to Shell for jumping on the call.